On today's solo adventure, we traverse Petit Jean State Park. Originally, they planned to set aside the land that is now Petit Jean State Park to be a national park, but later they decided to make it a state park. And in the year 1923, that is when they decided to make it a state park, and it made it the first state park in the state of Arkansas. Petit Jean State Park covers 3,471 acres of land in the Arkansas River Valley, and the park has over 20 miles of trails for all levels of hikers to explore. And one of the many great highlights of this park is Cedar Falls, a 95-foot waterfall. It's one of the park's most famous landmarks, and it's one of the tallest continuously flowing waterfalls in Arkansas. And I get horribly lost trying to find it. I will tell you the story later. Later is now, apparently. This is Cedar Creek Trail, and this is not the trail that you want to take to go to Cedar Falls. I learned that the hard way. The trail that you want to take is Cedar Falls Trail. So as I was going along the trail, I started noticing that when I'd put my foot down as I was walking, I would see these little stones move out of my way, and at first I thought I was kicking them away with my feet, but then it's just like, no, I'm not doing that. They're moving. They're like hopping away from my feet. What the fuck? Am I losing my mind? My marbles? Am I hallucinating? Why are the rocks moving? And I bent down and I looked, and they were little froggies. They're little tiny little froggies, little toadies, just hopping along on the little trail. So you may be asking yourself, Petit Jean, how did that name come about? What's the deal? What's the story about the name of the park? And there is a story. It's a local legend about a French woman who disguised herself as a cabin boy named Petit Jean, and she wanted to secretly accompany her fiancé on an expedition to the New World. And at the time, women were not allowed to make such journeys. So she decided to disguise herself so she could be with her fiancé. But while on the journey, she became very ill, and as the expedition reached to what is now known as Petit Jean Mountain, she ended up passing away on the mountain, and her true identity was revealed. According to the story, she asked to be buried on the mountain, and her grave is now there, marked by a stone overlooking the Arkansas River Valley. I kind of wonder how good was her disguise if her fiancé could not recognize her at all. That's kind of strange. And also, why was the mountain called Petit Jean and not actually her real name? I don't know. If I disguised myself as a man to accompany my fiance on an expedition to the New World and I died on a mountain, I would want my name, the mountain, to be named after me. My name, Jordan, not my fake name. Jeez. I can also hear some of you people saying, phooey, with all this history crap. How much does this park cost to enter? And is it pepperoni friendly? And it's free. It's free park. And also you can bring your pups along too if you want. You just gotta keep them on the leash, and you gotta clean up after them. look at me. I am dripping in sweat. But where is it? Look at that behind me. Oh, you can't see it. Right, there we go. As I was nearing the end of the trail, I was starting to realize that there was no waterfall, and I was getting very confuzzled. Where is the waterfall? I see no waterfall. So I ended up finding a nice elderly couple on the trail who helped me kind of get situated again. And also, I was kind of running out of water, and it was in July in Arkansas, and I was getting a little bit dehydrated. So, they have a bunch of lodges at the park as well, and you can rent them, rooms and cabins and whatnot, and there's also a restaurant. And I ended up finding my way back. I ended up going to the restaurant because I was starving by the end of my adventures on the trail trying to find this waterfall. And I must have looked like absolute just hell, because when I went into the restaurant and the hostess looked at me, I mean, she just looked worried. She looked worried about me. And yeah, she was just very concerned about my safety because I just looked like hell. So, finally, after 2 or 3 hours of aimlessly wandering around the wrong trail looking for a waterfall, we are finally on the correct trail, Cedar Falls Trail, to see the waterfall, Cedar Falls. So after all that drama, do I recommend going to the park? And yes, I do. It was so beautiful. It was so relaxing. I probably wouldn't recommend going during July. Not because it was a holiday weekend. Even though for a holiday weekend, it was surprisingly not busy at all. That was nice. That was just, the cherry on top of the cake. But more so just the heat. It was very hot. Although it was it felt good to sweat. How was the first time where it's like, I'm sweating my ass off like I've never sweat before, but I feel good. It's a good sweat, But pack water. Don't be an idiot like me and just bring like one thing of water. If you do intend to go during like a hot month like July, but it was nice. I really recommend it. I had a great time. Swimming.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say,